And now to announce the winner of the Expedition of the Year Award, presented by Nexen Tire, and a new set of Nexen Tires. Please welcome to the stage legendary river explorer Richard Bangs.
Well, it seems there are several reasons we paddle unknown waters and risk life and limb to explore. And there are many reasons why this is important. So I've tried to boil it down to 4. So the first reason, I think, is knowledge. The tyranny of geography has always staunched the accumulation of new information, but for those who dared to ignore boundaries and set out to agua incognita, they filled the cups of collective knowledge. Every stretch of water in the world that has been explored and documented has contributed to better understanding and the evolution of consciousness. Second reason is passion. The archetype for me is Richard Burton, who was the mid-19th century explorer, famous for his quest to find the source of the Nile. Though commissioned by the Royal Geographical Society, he really set out exploring to satisfy his own insatiable curiosity about foreign life, languages, and exotic sex. He sought out perfectly unnecessary hazards in the name of inquisitiveness, and he pursued the unknown not for empire or some larger good, but for his own love of discovery. He pursued his passion. The third, in my little catalog here, is wonder. When Teddy Roosevelt decided to explore the River of Doubt in Brazil, he said, "I had to go. It was my last chance to be a boy." And the fourth reason is something I would call romance. When Sobek set out to make the first descent of the Great Bend of the Yangtze, we expected huge, steep canyons and rapids the size of Tibet. But 3 weeks into the expedition, and after a few capsizes, we found we were short on food. So at a village, Jim Slade, one of our guides, bought a dozen live chickens. And he attached them by their skinny legs on the tie-down in the back of the boat. But when we turned a corner and barreled down a Class 4 rapid, we all experienced something different. Poultry in motion. All 6 of the nominees for the 2015 Expedition of the Year embody to their bones these qualities and more. So now, roll the reel.
Expedition of the Year, presented by Nexen Tire. South Georgia Island. With an average age of 52, Australians John Jacoby, Chris Porter, Andrew Moffat, and Jim Bousseard completed the exposed 310-mile circumnavigation in 13 days, becoming the fastest team to circle the remote South Atlantic island, and the oldest. Canada from coast to coast. On April 1st, Mike Ranta, a retired oil sands rigger hoping to inspire youth in his Ontario hometown, launched his Souris River canoe in the Pacific Ocean and headed east. 7 months later, wearing his homemade birch bark hat and accompanied, as always, by his dog Spitzii, the affable 42-year-old ended his nearly 5,000-mile paddling voyage across all of Canada, marking the longest single-season canoe expedition to date. Asia Rivers. Beginning in central Mongolia, Zan Martin and Briya Shirk canoed 1,800 miles to the Pacific, capping Martin's 4-year, 15,000-mile crossing of North America, Europe, and Asia, traveling by foot, bicycle, and, mainly, canoe. Aleutian Islands Crossing. Sarah Auden's plan to circle the globe by human power went awry when her crossing from Japan to Vancouver went off course. She traded her ocean rowboat for a kayak at the westernmost end of Alaska's Aleutian archipelago, and, joined by Welsh expedition paddler Justine Kergenven, made the first kayak transit of the entire island chain. South American circumnavigation. On May 1st, Freya Hofmeister, at age 50, paddled into Buenos Aires, completing the final chapter of a 4-year project to circumnavigate the entire South American continent. The solo feat of endurance and determination totaled nearly 16,000 miles and included the first kayak rounding of the infamous Cape Horn. Destination TORNGAT. After 2 weeks paddling and portaging 480 miles across the bear-infested tundrascape of Labrador's Torngat Mountains, the team of Chris Korbulik, Ben Stooksbury, Pedro Oliva, and Ben Marr completed the first descent of the 18 falls of the Nachvag River.
Okay, and the winner of the Expedition of the Year presented by Nexen Tires is Mike Ranta, Canada from coast to coast.
Canada from coast to coast.
First of all, I'd just like to thank everybody down at Canoe Kayak for the nominations on the Expedition of the Year award. It's been absolutely amazing. A lot of people to thank, you know, Addie Koken, all the followers that came along, all the voters, of course. There's some really special people that helped me out along the way of it that went really out of their way, and you know, Patricia Lampkin, Joe and Don Meany, Bobby Davidson, my dad, John Ziefley, and all the great people in this country that I met along the way, you know. And I can't forget about my little buddy Spitzii here too. He was absolutely amazing, my navigator and a great companion. And it was a real honor just to get nominated, and it's I'm actually beside ourselves about winning it. And if anybody ever needs help to go across the country and try to do a trip like this, I've got some great knowledge of it, and I'd just like to, you know, please get a hold of me at on Facebook at Mike Ranta's Paddle, and we'll definitely chat. And it's great, you know. And I'm doing another trip in 2016. I can't wait to get after it. I think this is going to be another fantastic trip, and it's a great way to show everybody in the country that don't get that opportunity to come out and see what we have, you know. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and thanks again. You know, this is an absolute honor to just to be nominated and to win this award. Thank you very much.